On this week's episode of Who Broke the Race Car, you're going to get a really close-up view of what's inside a Lenco transmission. So we made the mistake of letting Ty drive this thing, and he took second gear out of it. Just 100% Ty's fault. He took second gear out of it.
It definitely wasn't the maintenance man.
Anyway, so you all have seen this car, Vega, that everybody has a heart attack about because it's got an Astor taillight panel, but anyway, it's got a Lenco in it, 4-speed Lenco. Big block Chevy. You know, just the usual run-of-the-mill street car Vega. So we put second gear clutches back in the Lenco, and we're doing regular maintenance. Where did that valve stem go? It's supposed to have tube tires. We had one going soft flat. Last time at the track, we broke everything. So we had a tire going flat. Well, apparently the tube was just laying inside the tire. And apparently you can make a tubeless valve stem out of a
Tube valve stem, sort of.
So
I can't help but notice the lack of rim screws.
it needs rim screws. He seems a little opposed to rim screws. I'm not sure
I mean, he doesn't have a choice.
what the deal is. But anyway,
He can be a big beadlock guy.
he seems a little opposed to spending that money too.
I mean, funny about that.
Yeah, so we may twist off another one, but you know. We added an alternator because this thing draws juice like Billy Bad Boy No Business. So it now has an alternator. And you'll get to see what's inside a Lenco. All right, so Mr. Vega with the Astor taillight panel, because everybody keeps having a freaking heart attack over that. Last time we went to the track, we kind of took care of second gear in this thing.
Or a big Lenco.
Big Lenco. So big Lenco is really nothing but an automatic transmission with a clutch, basically, end of the day. So what happens is, pretty cool outfit, really. You pull your lever here. It pushes down on this bad boy here. This just runs a little plunger down. Where's that piece? Right there. So here, this just runs a little plunger down. And you can't really see, it doesn't really move in there good. Oh, there you go. See how it moves that back by that cam? Jesus, I got it locked now. I've ruined it. Yeah, so it just goes, as you pull this lever, it just pushes that down. So that turns this bad boy. This sticks up into the hole here. You see these rollers right here? So those, as you rotate it, if you look in there, there's like a little cam groove. So as you rotate it, it just pushes this. So that pushes this ring right here. So that just tightens up your clutches inside. So it's just, then in the inside here is just the same clutches you'd have in an automatic transmission. It's a pretty simple outfit. Which ours are burnt to a crisp.
Well,
but
we're assuming.
Well, we know they are because
But considering the adjustment on
we're
the tower,
out of space.
The adjustment on the tower was this is what the back two are, and
Yeah.
the front one was basically there's no threads left.
So you've got the same as an automatic. You got fibers and steels. So we've cooked these ones. So when they sit down over that, it's the same. It's like anybody that's worked on an automatic, you're going to see the same thing here. So this deal here, just you've got this inner and outer gear, or not gear set, but spline. And so these floaters, they just sit on the outside. And these other ones, they hook inside and outside, the fibers. And so you tighten that down. When you tighten that, it tightens that clutch, sends you forward, next gear. And then, of course, you got your planetaries in here too. But because you float on that planetary when you're in low gear, and it locks it up when you're in high gear. And then that's it, that's all. And so every one of these segments is a gear. So you got your forward reverser there. So that's first gear. And then we start second gear at the front. Second, third, fourth. And you see anybody with a 5-speed, you can have these with 10 speeds, I guess you got a long enough car.
Yep.
But
5 and 7 speeds are not.
a 4-speed Lenco in a Vega makes a drive shaft that's about that long. So.
And this was air shifted when I bought it.
Yeah.
But we've converted it to
Yeah, most people probably wouldn't do that, but
Yeah.
all right, let's dive in here and see how many fibers and steels we have per unit. So, a little thrust washer. Or wobble washer. So, ooh.
That's why I got plates and fibers.
Be interesting to see how thick.
The new ones are.
That's 2. Oh, see, that one's cooked. Look at that. Yep. See, the outside ones aren't too bad, but that one's absolutely, there's no, like, that's paper.
Yeah. And this failure was self-induced.
Yeah,
because we didn't check our adjustment.
We didn't. See, that one's
after
really
a couple passes.
Look how hot that booger got.
Yeah, that one's bad for sure. They're all pretty.
It's funny, the ones that were up there closer to the shifter were not as bad. See, that one is not bad. See, that side's cooked. That side's not bad.
Maybe get more oil on the outside of the pack too, right?
Maybe, not sure, honestly. But that's how she works anyway.
We need to,
boys and gals. So I'll count these and we'll stock new ones in. We'll toss the new clutches in. I already got 1 fiber and 1 steel. So anyway, like I said before, real simple. Fiber drives the inside, steel drives the outside. And you squeeze them together, everything drives. So you just keep putting the fiber and steel. You got 7 of each. We just counted it. And just stock them in there. There's some guys, sometimes they'll tighten up clutch packs by adding a steel, but we've got a fully adjustable thing here. I don't see any reason why anybody would do that in one of these, but automatic guys sometimes do. But
it'd be hard to get the snap ring in too with extra.
I don't know if these clutches are the same material as an automatic, and it's the same concept exactly. It's probably the same material. I mean, they put hydraulic pressure on them to tighten them. Wobble washer back in place there. And there. So we tighten that down. It's pretty easy to do, no? This is racetrack stuff. We could rebuild one of these right at the racetrack.
Probably wouldn't be the first person to do so.
I've seen guys take them apart, change sprags at the racetrack. There. So that is that. And then, I guess that washer's in place in there. Yep.
We need to wipe that.
We're gonna have to.
We'll need to clean it up.
We need to do some serious cleaning on everything. We should throw that other part in the parts cleaner. And get all the shit out of that case.
Everything else looks.
Oh. There, so help I put it in the right way. I haven't really done any of these. This is like our first shot at actually doing Lenco clutch packs. So far so good. And it's pretty simple. I don't really see any reason why anybody can't do it. It's pretty basic. I mean, it's a pretty simple concept. Like I say, you can see this. You can see how that drives the whole thing forward right now because there's nothing holding it. I mean, that's just going to drive that. It just drives your clutches together. It just simply puts pressure on this big bearing retainer and it just slams everything together.
That's why these towers all need to be adjusted at 50 pounds on the pull.
Yeah, and that's what we didn't do. And we also didn't change our oil good.
We made too many passes without testing our pressure.
What we did notice was, which I find very interesting.
Learn from our mistakes.
I find very interesting is how these outer clutches look better. When you get inside, these inner clutches are just absolutely toast.
Yeah. But I suspect they have less oil on them.
Probably. Probably. But you see, like that one's,
yeah,
the inner part is a little more worn than the other part, but like really those could be saved, you know.
Even that one's not bad.
I think if we wanted to be cheap asses too, we could buy just.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we could have just put.
How much was that stuff?
I don't know, like 150
For all of it?
per pack,
Oh, okay.
per gear. But the other 2 gears we won't change because
Still wouldn't. No.
I mean they're
See how high these stands are.
exactly.
This one we had threaded right,
We
right
were
to the.
right to the end. So I mean,
That's where the adjuster was pretty much. Eh?
pretty much 2 thread showing or something. It was very
Yeah, so
low.
I mean, we had that cranked.
It was pretty obvious what we'd.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So you learn from your mistakes, and we shouldn't have to. This shouldn't have to happen
No.
that often.
No.
They're quite reliable.
No. But hey, it was interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not necessarily sorry to dive into one, see what's in there.
Yep. Well.
All right.